Hi Sarah, my name is Sanjay, and welcome to the 11th event of the 2020 Marble League, the Slalom. You've seen this course in our Fun Fridays tournament, lots of twists and turns. Await our competitors here today, competing for teams and trying to win a championship, staying alive and climbing other teams for rivalries. Let's see who's competing for each and every team. Here we've got Yella versus Meepo. So next up you have Glace versus Minty Drizzle. Then you've got Pride facing off against Squirt. Captain Foggy going up against Goo Lime. Yellow Eye facing off against Mo. Captain Coffee versus Shore. B versus Captain Diego. And Bolt versus Gleam. We'll be competing down this course today, and every single match you win, you have a chance to get higher. But every match you lose, you only plummet further. So let's get into the race. But of course, there's no Marble League with no fans. Of course, the fans are thrilled today, hoping that the team can get them the result that they need, or want in some cases. You have some marbles there trying to get tickets. They're just waiting for it to open back up where you can still watch the event. And now, let's get into the... You will first have Yella versus Meepo. Yellow are Cobalts. Obviously, Cobalts are the favorites, higher in the standings, and they currently lead. Into the plunge to maze. Question, does the Cobalts hold it? Meepo does just that to get his team a chance to move on. Meepo was not an all-star, but he definitely played like one. Yella, unfortunately, didn't, getting stuck. We have now Glace versus Minty Drizzle. Drizzle has a 1 silver, and after that, not too much on this Marble League. His team has done well, though he does have also a 4th place during the team event. We had bad luck here because the 3 teams they needed to do better against were all ahead of them. And once again, they're not moving on. Minty Maniacs. It's starting to slip away from them. Now Square of the Turtle Sliders versus Pride of the Late Moves. Sliders were not that even off the line. He missed the late moves, but they're looking for some sort of potential redemption. And they're going to get the victory. Turtle Sliders try to continue their hot streak of top 5 finishes. The lowest is a 5th and the highest is a win, along with 3 bronze medals. Let's see if they can keep it up today. And now we've got the Limers and the Hazers. They're off. The Hazers trying to keep in front of the Limers. Definitely trying to maybe hold on to his dignity at this point. Hazers and Limers now in the funnel. I think starting to go to Hazers. They make good cuts on the inside. The dry streak that started back in event 1 still hasn't gone away for the Limers. We have Mo versus Yellow Eye. Twisty Cat Size or Team Momo? Maybe an interesting matchup potentially here. Twisty Cats have had a good lead until they blow it to Team Momo. They try to fight back, but Mo will come on through to win it for Team Momo. Maybe a little bit sad we couldn't see Team Momo, Crazy Cat Size win after they got a bronze, but now we have Oceanics and Java Chunks. Shore versus Captain Coffee. Not Coffee, but captains in this Marble League like to go by Captain. And Shore is not doing anything to shorten the Java Chunks' lead. Man, that puts the blowout in the blowouts. And upset in upsets. Now we've got the Bumblebees and the Indigo Stars. And Captain Diego. B versus Diego so far is very tight. I actually think Diego might have it, but now it goes to B. But Diego's going to cut back, and Diego's going to get it. Man, the Bumblebees cannot escape everything bad happening to them. Their last matchup of the first round is between the Thunderbolts and the Shining Sword. Our championship leaders versus a team that definitely is not currently a favorite for the championship. Thunderbolts still have it only by 1 point and Hazers moved on. They're going to have to make some good moves against Shining Sword, and late in the race they do come up clutch and beat the Swarm. The Swarm has had a tough time, and this just proves it. Now we have the Limers and the Bumblebees. B versus Blue Line. The two teams on opposite ends of the standings. Limers are behind. Into the corner they go. But they make a good move against the Bumblebees. And Limers are gonna get it. Shockingly enough, the Limers leave the Bumblebees with a sour feeling. And now Shining Swarm versus Minty Maniacs. And Gleam versus Minty Drizzle. Off they go. Minty Drizzle was the lead, trying to hold it. Now Gleam takes it. Minty Drizzle can't make a hit. Can Minty Drizzle at least make a cut to save themselves? Yes, Minty Drizzle gets out alive. And now Pride versus Yellup. And if you heard it a little bit, there's a bit of a thunderstorm. Pride versus Yellup will continue though, because this is an indoor event. And it's actually very tight, but the lead currently belongs to Mellow Yellow. It looks like Mellow Yellow is going to take it all the way to the finish, and they do. Trying to change the score of this Marble League potentially. So in the bottom semifinals, below semifinals, we have Crazy Cat's Eyes and Bumblebees. And Bumblebees almost got stopped. They actually may get an extra kick from that. It depends. The referees are reviewing it to see, and Bumblebees get out. Referees are reviewing it though. They're saying that they did get stopped briefly, so they will get 1 extra point. And now the Shining Swarm versus the White Wolves. Swarm was not as good of a start as the White Wolves, but they're recovering. The top line always gets after some starts, but then they start to recover. But here's Shining Swarm begins to fall down. Question is, can they come back? No, they cannot. It is too little and too late. The White Wolves win. Now it's a battle to avoid last place between Shining Swarm and Crazy Cat's Eyes. Gleam versus Yellow Eye. Who will at least pick up 1 point? Who will leave today with none? Right now it's looking like Shining Swarm is starting to lead that the Crazy Cat's Eyes have. It's not even going to be a contest. Swarm has struggled definitely in recent. Crazy Cat's Eyes at least pick up 15th, but off a 3rd place finish, that is probably not how they wanted to try to build momentum. And now the battle for 13th is between the White Wolves and the Bumblebees. Bumblebees now will probably going to lose spots in the standings, considering where they finish. But they at least want to not be down by much. Bumblebees try to get ahead of White Wolves, but at least pick up 13th place. That could help them in the long run. It does not help the White Wolves, though. Now it's Minty Maniacs versus Mellow Yellow. Who will go to the battle for 9th, and who will have to only settle potentially for 11th. They can lose that and go down to 12th. That looks like Mellow Yellow right now. Minty Maniacs, that was a huge lead, but Mellow Yellow, that was a good effort. And now the Oceanics versus the Limers. Blue Line and Shore. I don't know how Shore feels considering the fact that he's an all-star. He will be all-star with him. His team even won. And he's here. And here also can now refer to losing to the Limers. It can become that. So now the battle for 11s between the Oceanics and Mellow Yellow. Is Mellow Yellow winning so far? Sure struggling in this event. I can't wonder if the Oceanics are thinking about putting someone else, and he just lost to Mellow Yellow. This event has not gone well for the Oceanics. That's for sure. And now Limers versus Minty Maniacs. School Lime versus Minty Drizzle. And the battle for 9s currently belongs to the Limers. Minty Maniacs are struggling out of the C and the S. Also, to try to come back, Limers just denied him that opportunity. So the Limers will pick up 9s. Now into the top half. Our first matchup is Bolt of the Thunderbolts versus Captain Diego of the Indigo Stars. They're off. Diego loses out around that S curve, giving Bolt a good lead. Not a huge one, except Diego is coming back slightly there. He certainly is, and he knocks out the championship leaders. The Indigo Stars are going to be celebrating, and actually the championship leaders, they're duck, I think. Hold on, let's see. Oh, man, they don't even finish. Diego does. We have some training league going on and little problems outside, but the athletes are still ready to compete. And here, Java Chunks and Team Momo are not ready to give up any ground. Team Momo almost comes to a stop. I don't know if it was possible to stop full motion on this course, but they showed it's possible. And at the same time, they also showed that it's not too late to pull out a victory, because they are advancing. We have the Turtle Sliders versus the Cobalts. That they're off. Close off the line, Turtle Sliders assume the lead. You can't assume anything about this matchup. The close one, Cobalts trying to take it, but Turtle Sliders still fend them off. Now the Hazers and the Gliding Glaciers. Hazers trying to catch the Glaciers. Both of them do struggle definitely on the obstacle. So plunge, Hazers trying to come back. Is it coming back down? It is! Foggy, the Eurobeat Master, gets it ahead of. Now we have the Thunderbolts and the Java Chunks. The Java Chunks currently have the lead. Trying to keep that lead. And it's a pretty wide one, in fact. But Thunderbolts make a charge again, but it still doesn't work, even if it's namesake. Java Chunks beat the leader. So the Cobalts and the Gliding Glaciers. And they're off. It is the Gliding Glaciers currently in the lead. Neither of the Cobalts are able to come back, but Glace is certainly doing well in this event and doing wonders for them, beating the Cobalts. Some top tier teams are definitely struggling. Now, whoever wins this matchup could have impressions. Even if it's a battle for 7th place, it's a key one. There's no denying that. It looks like Bolt actually has the lead. Meepo is trying to catch him. Now, Meepo was a good hit, but Bolt kind of tries to deflect on that, and Bolt keeps it to pick up 7th place. Meepo finishes in 8th. We'll lose some more ground on the leaders, but that could be former leaders. And now we've got Gliding Glaciers versus Java Chunks in the battle for 5th place. Both of these will be getting double-digit points, but one will be able to score one more than the other. Java Chunks hope it could be them. And based off of the scenario, it's gonna be them. They're able to battle through this storm as tough as they can, and they pick up 5th. Now we've got Team Momo and the Indigo Stars. Momo versus Diego. Diego has a slight edge against Momo, who briefly took it, fell behind, tries to get ahead, and amazingly he does. He almost stops though because he went so quick he lost all his speed. But Indigo Stars try to get ahead, but Momo is a final cut, and they know that they are going on to the final. But Indigo Stars still have a chance at their first medal in good point. And now Squirt versus Foggy for the other spot in the finals. They're off. Doing the tight turns. Doesn't seem to phase Squirt. Foggy is not ready to give up. Makes a hit. Either one of these marbles could be winning it. And it's going to be the Hazers. So they will take the championship lead. But the Turtle Sliders still have chances. So now the battle for 3rd. Sees a familiar face, the Turtle Sliders, and a new marble to this, a new team overall, the Indigo Stars, who will pick up 3rd. Turtle Sliders trying to get better off the gate, but Indigo Stars keeping nearly lockstep with them, not ready to give up yet, but they are losing. And it looks like Turtle Sliders will pick up their next one of these games. In doing so, a bronze. Indigo Stars come in 4th. That is their highest finish of the entire season. So something at least to be happy about. And now for the final. Foggy versus Momo. And the Hazers versus Team Momo. Momo struggling here. His first and final match. He's got to get going. And he makes the cut. And one more. And Team Momo does it. behind against Foggy. And Team Momo has gotten their second gold of the marble. Here we are at the podium ceremony. Last place was the Shining Swarm. And 15th place was the Crazy Cat's Ice. Then you head up to some of your mid-packs like Limers and Cobalts. I see Thunderbolts and also the Minty Maniacs. And that leads us up to our 4th place. And this time up, the Indigo Stars. 3rd place, the Turtle Sliders with Squirt. Also, it was Captain Diego for the Indigo Stars. 2nd place, Foggy of the Hazers. But your winner, Momo of Team Momo. And that's Momo. Sometimes he goes by the name Momo to honor his teammate who is still sidelined. But he will be definitely happy wherever he is today to see that his team won the gold. Team Momo has won. And let's head to Notebook Recap. So here's in your Notebook Recap of Event 11, Slalom. Momo of Team Momo. I'm still not sure how he took that win. That's definitely going to go into the highlight reel. Then Captain Foggy in 2nd and Squirt in 3rd. But then you have some of the bottom half teams. And surprisingly enough, those 3 teams were all in this 3-way tie, and they finished right next to each other. Indigo Stars in 4th, Java Chunks in 5th, and Glide Glaciers in 6th. Before you get to our former championship leaders, the Thunderbolts, and another former championship leader, the Cobalts. The Limers finally pick up a good finish. The Minty Maniacs, I guess, just kind of repeat last time, but they need to start doing better. Mellow Yellow, it's more of an average Mellow Yellow result, and the Oceanics once again finish almost like subpar. So where they were in the lead of the championship. They were able to take it, but now they're struggling to even get a top half, and the Bumblebees, B mainly, especially, is having those problems. The White Wolves, I guess it was a little bit disappointing result for them. I felt like but they're just really not carrying that much pride today. Yellow Eye did not do well for the Crazy Cat's Eyes and the Shining Swarm. Did even worse. You have a look at all your points. So go. Overall standings, the Hazers have it. And Team Momo gets 2nd place by 1 point. Now here we have all the significant runners of every single team who have to have at least gotten 1 medal, not including team events. So for instance, Momo is included because Momo, for instance, won the gold here. But Momo has not won a medal individually yet, so it doesn't count. So then we also use that to help with the MVP race. And if you haven't noticed, we've been putting in the description of every single video. Some teams don't have any significant marbles like Mellow Yellow or the White Wolves. Then in your MVP race, Momo leads at 66 points, followed by Lightning, Meepo, and Shore, all tied at 64 points. So Dash was 61, and Foggy was 60. Saying these athletes are competing today. Also, if you want another look, there is our current standings represented by the marble who participated for them. So saying these athletes are competing. Thank you for watching. I'm Kolja Singvi, checking out.